Well, hello there. Good Turn Daily decided to get off his butt and do some sort of project today. What that is, I don't know. But it's going to involve that. Not really sure. Maybe that's aspen. Gonna end up taking a lot of that off, or I could leave it actually. That might be kind of cool. We'll just put that in the center. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I'm going to do it this way. Well, hey, Tommy and Steve, welcome. I think we're just going to avoid that right there. We'll open this little puppy up because I know the jaws will be able to crimp down on that just fine. And I'm not going to tighten it all the way. Just want to make sure that that's hitting about as center as the pith as possible. And just crimp it down. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's 11 o'clock my time in Utah. We're coming up on the 4th of July. And that should be tight enough, but just make sure. Really don't want it to go flying off my lathe. Tighten that up, even though I don't really need it, but I'm gonna. Just for a minute or two, just so that I make sure that that is nice and tight. And well, hey, Gav. Thanks for popping in, sir. Good to see you. All right, so let's just start off with something nice and easy. And I think let's start off this way. So we're going to do a little shaping on here. And Gav, since you're on here, hey, who's that? I don't know. Turn this up just a little bit. All right, so something like this, easy. Maybe just make a nice little weed pot or sprig pot. I don't know what everybody calls them, but I like making these that kind of have the milk jug look to it, or kind of a Grecian vase. Don't want to go too much in there because we obviously need to drill a hole, but we're just going to take that outer bark off. Love how fluffy it gets. All those fibers. That's pretty cool, huh? Hey, it looks like a grass skirt. Should we just leave it on and say we meant to do that? You know, just for giggles, let's go ahead and do that. Let's just leave it on. Hi, Mike. Gonna go exchange your trousers in case of skin reaction. That's funny, man. So it's about 80 degrees, and matter of fact, I think it's a little more than that in my shop. And so I'm sweating a little bit, but it sure is nice. It's better than freezing my butt off. So this is nothing spectacular, just a little practice. I actually haven't been out in the shop in a while. So thought I'd do it live and maybe alleviate some people's boredom. Just take those little shades out there, just because. Come on, cooperate. There we go. So we'll give it just a little bit of a bead. Tell you what, if you haven't done this in a while, it's kind of hard getting back into where you used to be. You have to relearn a lot. But you know what? Life is full of mistakes. Let's put another one right here. And right here. Smooth that down in there. Just take a little bit of an edge off, turn it more rounded. See if we can get that just a little bit smoother. Make sure that edge is gone. There we go. You want it smooth as a baby's butt, right? And that could be a little smoother too. You don't want to use sandpaper, don't need to. Let's round this edge up, just keep it consistent. I think that's got a little bit of a natural edge to it. That's why it's jumping around. Sorry I'm not looking at the chat. If anybody's joined us, welcome. Let's take a gander and see what that looks like. Okay, so it's a little rough right there. We got a natural edge there, but I think the sandpaper will take care of that. That's kind of funky. I like it though. Yeah, I haven't used the skew in a while, but tell you what, this section right here, I probably don't even have to sand. It is just nice and smooth. It's a little bit, but that bead, I will have to sand up a little bit, and then also right there. So let's do that. I know how much everybody loves sanding, but it's got to be done. And we're going to remove that. Some of the rest out of the way. Now I like to speed this up as fast as it will go, just because I hate taking the time I let the sandpaper work for me, and the speed as well. I'm just going to hit just a teeny bit of that. Like I said, doesn't really need it, but see if I can get down into there. Down that up just a teeny bit. And there. Like I said, this is just good practice. Nothing flash. Oh, it's nice. Missed a little section right here. See it? I believe this is 120 grit sandpaper. So it's kind of aggressive, but after I do it for a while, then it kind of loses its grip. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so I'm going to come back on here and take this down just a teeny bit. Get my tool rest back on. I'm going to move it over as far as I can, because I want to keep these fibers on here. And I'm just going to nibble just so it has a little bit of a base. All right. So now I'm going to do just a little sanding sealer on here. Turn this down a little bit. This is homemade sanding sealer. It is denatured alcohol or methyl for you guys over across the pond. Denatured alcohol and a little bit of shellac. Just a hair. Because all we want to do is we want to seal those pores. I'm not using a ton. So I'm going to let loose a little secret. For those of you who are over in England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, I love to hear your guys' accents. And I'm just curious what you guys think about American accents, especially mine. I've got kind of a southern drawl, why I don't know, but it's just kind of a Utah thing. So we'll let that dry just a minute. have some polish that I made with some boiled linseed oil, with some shellac and some denatured alcohol. They call it OB Shine Juice, something like that. And I have my own calculation as to what I like and that I think works well. So we're going to do that on here. I'm going to remove this tool rest again. And just use the same cloth. Make sure I hit the bottom of this. And so let's see. Bill Paxton. Yeah, that's true. Bill Paxton, he was kind of a southern boy. That's true. Yeah, but it's a dry heat. Here in Utah, it is definitely a dry heat. Bill Paxton, I wish he was still alive. He was a funny guy. I liked him in some of the movies he was in. He was in Aliens, Weird Science. He was in another show which I never saw called Big Love, which I guess I didn't miss much on that. But oh, I hope so, Tommy. All right, so this shine juice is not doing a lot on here, and I think it's sealed it up pretty well, but it's not really taking the shine, which it could be the wood as to why. And if that's the case, you can always add a little wax to it, and that will actually put a nicer shine on it. Now this is stuff that they use for butcher block. And it does have wax in it, and a couple other things. And it does a nice job. And you don't need to use much. Yeah, Mike, I'm sure you have an accent. Talk to a Scottish guy, he'll tell you. Bill Paxton did True Lies? I didn't know that. All right, I'm going to crank this up a little bit, add a little pressure. See if maybe that gives it a little bit more of a shine to it. And we'll take it down. That's just got about a medium shine to it, which is fine. All right, well, tell you what, let's drill the hole. Anybody going on holiday to any place fantastic anytime soon? I just got back off of mine. It's a little thing that we call Nerd Camp. And with Nerd Camp, me and some buddies and our kids, mostly older kids, not younger kids, we spend the day at a place called Lava Hot Springs. If you're interested, look it up. It is in a state called Idaho, and it has natural hot springs, and they have a river that these natural hot springs flow into, and you can take inner tubes, float tubes, excuse me, and float down the river for a teeny bit and then get out and walk through town and go back up to the top again and float down again and spend all day doing that. And this year we didn't do that just because we're starting to get old now and my back doesn't like it. And we just kind of are getting out of that. But we do a lot of nothing. We can sit and sleep, and we use this vacation as a decompression session from work. And you can read, you can be on the computer. We do have Wi-Fi. Sit and listen to music. We talk, have a good time. Highly recommended. So let's drill a hole in this guy real quick. I'm going to turn speed up. Out of that. Speeds up a little bit. I picked a smaller Forstner bit because that way you can cut a little bit bigger things than just getting a piece of sandpaper. This always freaks me out because I think my finger's going to get in there and it's going to get twisted off. But just be careful and you'll be fine. Nice. Alrighty, so I'm going to just a little bit of wax in here. I'm not going to do the other portion of it, the other shine juice and that. I'm just going to do the edge, just so it blends. Yeah, it really is. It's a nice place. Small little town. It's a tourist trap for sure. But you know, the people that come up there are always really nice, and it's good to chat with some of the other campers that are up there. I think that is just wild. I've never had a piece of wood do that to me. We'll call it art. So, there you have a little weed pot with a stylish little bottom to it. Interesting, huh? Some of the other things I've been doing, but it's been a little while. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this or if anybody is a smoker out there. I was doing some YouTube searches and found that people were making pipes. So I decided to make myself a little pipe. I don't smoke, but I thought, that'd be interesting. This is some orange Asage and a little copper tubing. And that is some Star Bond. And I didn't put a lot of the Star Bond on there. I just needed something in there to make it so the copper tubing would stay. Oops, out of view, sorry. But that might be something interesting for people to start to do. Hi, Stace. How are you? Oh, sorry. Stace! But it'd be interesting to see if it actually does any good or not. So, what else have I been doing? Like I said, I haven't been in a shop in a while, and so I don't have any really fantastic projects. Maybe I'll show you some of the things that I've done during the winter time. Did that. I think there's a video. And I did that one. And did that. I had some walnut rounds, which I did just kind of a live edge plate, key plate, put that, on a nightstand or put that at your front door and whatever. So let's see here. We're going to that way you can see my ugly mug for a minute. There we go. Anyway, I think I'm going to go back in the house and make me some lunch. But I thought I'd pop out and do something fun. Ooh, barbecue ribs and veg rice. Sounds awesome. So anyway, guys, I'm going to be out of here. Hope everybody's well. Thank you again, everybody that decided to pop in. And anybody else that views, cheers back, Mike. And, okay, Nick is going to be live in 90 minutes. So make sure you guys tune in. And if you don't know who Nick is the Flaming Turner. And Stacy is always lurking in the background and giving him a poke every now and then. And Stacy does some excellent stuff too. So anyway, you guys have a brilliant evening. If it's the middle of the day, have a great rest of your day. And remember to do a good turn daily. Be good to each other. Heaven knows the world's going to hell in a handbasket, and it needs a lot more of people being good to each other. So thanks again for joining me. You guys, peace out.